If you've never made anyone upset, you've probably never stood up for anything that matters to you. Everyone seems to like you, but they don't respect you. You can be the nice one, say yes, avoid conflict, keep everyone happy, and still feel like no one really sees you. And that's the trap. If you find yourself constantly swallowing disrespect, you are literally training people to walk all over you. At some point, you have to ask yourself, are people respecting you? Or are they just using the version of you that's easiest to accept? The more you chase approval, the more you abandon yourself. And over time, you train people to see you as someone they can ignore. Respect doesn't come from asking for it, it comes from the standards you set for yourself. Today, we're looking at the architecture of respect. We'll walk through 6 habits that feel like small shifts, but act like a reset button for your relationships, including the silence weapon. So don't miss every habit. And the 5th one, that could be your favorite. Respect is a shadow that only moves because you moved first. If you don't respect your own time or energy, the world just follows your lead. Your body talks before your mouth does. Winners take up space, while those who lack respect try to disappear by hunching their shoulders, which leads us to the first habit, becoming a slow-motion superhero. First off, let's talk about how you own the room before you even say hello. Think of it like being a slow-motion superhero. Most people who feel nervous act like panicked birds. They rush and they talk fast. Instead, try standing with your shoulders back and your head up. Move your body and speak your words as if you have all the time in the world. When you slow down, you look like you're in total control of the remote control of your life. But these physical moves are just a mask if you're lying to yourself behind closed doors. Here is the habit that actually builds the core of respect. Habit 2, the invisible handshake, keeping your word. This is the most important part of the whole puzzle. You can care about yourself deeply, but if you treat yourself like you don't matter, nobody else will value you. Respect is a system of habits, not just a fuzzy feeling. I like to call it the invisible handshake. Every time you tell yourself you'll wake up at 7 a.m. or go for a walk and then you actually do it, you're shaking hands with your future self. Even the little things matter, like keeping your space clean or getting a haircut when you said you would. If you constantly break promises to yourself, you're telling your brain that your word is worthless. And if you don't value your own word, why should anyone else? But keeping your word to yourself is nearly impossible when you're too busy trying to keep everyone else's world from falling apart. This is where most of us get burned, literally. Habit 3, the fire extinguisher, stopping emotional arson. Have you ever spent your entire day making sure everyone else is okay, replying, helping, saying yes, only to finally sit down at night and feel completely drained? Like there's nothing left of you? This is what we call emotional arson. It's when you sacrifice your own peace of mind to keep toxic people warm. You have to start choosing discomfort over self-abandonment. Think of yourself as a fire extinguisher. Your job is to put out the fires inside you first before you try to save someone else's house. The next time a friend asks for a favor that drains you, remember that letting them be a little upset is the price of keeping your own dignity. If you're not sure if you've fallen into this trap, I actually made another video where I break down a 7 signs test to see if you are a people pleaser. You should definitely check that out to see where you stand and if you're accidentally training people to ignore your needs. Actually, do you know what habits support this one? Habit 4, the 3-second buffer, the pause and the look. Imagine someone asks you to stay late at work or take on an extra chore you didn't agree to. Instead of blurting out, "Sure, no problem," use the 3-second buffer. Nervous people act like vending machines. Someone pushes a button, makes a request, and a yes instantly pops out. When someone speaks to you or asks for something, don't answer right away. Use the 3-second eye contact trick here. Look them in the eyes for 3 seconds, glance away for 1 second to process, and then look back before you speak. This pause acts like a safety lock on your mouth. It prevents you from saying yes out of habit and gives you the space to decide if that request actually fits your life. Once you have that buffer, you'll find you don't actually need to explain yourself as much as you think. In fact, the less you say, the more they'll listen. This is the one I promised you, the ultimate shift in how power works. Habit 5, the silent superpower, actions over explanations. This is the ultimate move that separates people who are liked from people who are truly respected. When disrespect happens, like a coworker making a mean joke, most people emotionally vomit. They yell, argue, or beg the person to stop. Instead, use silence as a superpower. Don't waste your breath explaining why it hurts. If someone is demeaning you, say nothing, do not react. Just be quiet, hold eye contact. If the situation is bad, simply leave the room. Respect is taught through consequences, not conversation. Silence makes you look wise, and walking away says more than 1,000 angry words ever could. But what happens if the silence doesn't change them? Some places are just too expensive for your soul to stay in. This leads us to our final and most difficult habit. Habit 6, the exit sign, choosing your environment. The real reason people don't respect you is often because you are still standing in a room full of people who are committed to misunderstanding you. We often stay in toxic jobs or friendships because we think we can manage them into respecting us. But you can't change other people. You can only change the situation by leaving. Ask yourself, do I like who I am when I'm around this person? If they make it harder for you to respect yourself, they are too expensive to keep in your life. Confident people don't argue to be valued. They've already decided what they are worth before they ever walk in. Now, I know that when you first start following the exit sign or saying no, you're going to feel a social hangover of intense guilt. It feels wrong to stop being the peacekeeper after all these years. That's why I made a specific video all about boundaries, why we feel so much guilt when we first set them, and the exact steps you can take to set them without the drama. You should watch that next to help you handle the shakeup that happens when you finally start respecting your own word. Pick one habit today. Maybe just take that 3-second pause before your next yes, and watch how differently people start treating you when you stop treating yourself like an option.